Welcome to this introductory episode of the English Fluency Tutorial Series. If you want to improve the flow of your spoken English, then you've come to the right place. This video gives a practical demonstration of the method that this series will use. Each lesson covers pauses, word and sentence stress, weak forms, and connected speech. As we incorporate each new element, you will have a chance to pause the video and practice yourself before moving on to the next step. By building up this way, you get plenty of practice, which will help you to improve your fluency. Here is the text we'll be working with in this video. In future videos, we're going to be using text from the back of novels, but I'll talk more about that later. So let's get started. First, let's think about pauses. Having a pause in the right place in an English sentence can help your meaning to be understood more clearly. So, in this section, we'll think about how to use various pauses effectively. To start with, it's worth noting that we can pause for different lengths of time. When I recorded this audio, I read it in what felt like a natural way for me. Other native speakers might choose to use their pauses slightly differently. This is quite a nuanced aspect of pronunciation, so it's good to remain flexible here. I've used one / to indicate a very tiny and subtle pause, 2 slashes for a slightly longer one, and then 3 to indicate the longest pause that we hear here. Listen to the passage being read aloud and pay close attention to the pauses. Then pause this video and read the passage aloud yourself, following the pattern of pauses given here. When you're trying to improve your spoken fluency in a language, it can be useful to practice reading out loud. With English, it's also really useful to learn about and practice key features of connected speech. Next, we're going to think about word stress and sentence stress. In English, word stress is fairly fixed, whereas sentence stress is a more variable aspect of speech. We can alter our sentence stress to alter our emphasis. Generally, key nouns and verbs are stressed, whereas shorter function words tend to be less prominent. In this slide, the stressed syllable of each multisyllable word is given in bold type, like this, and the up and down flow of sentence stress has been indicated using smaller text for softer syllables and larger text for more prominent syllables. Next, listen to the recording again, paying attention to the roller coaster of the word and sentence stress. Then pause the video and read the passage aloud to yourself, this time trying to pronounce those larger words with more emphasis than the smaller ones. When you're trying to improve your spoken fluency in a language, it can be useful to practice reading out loud. With English, it's also really useful to learn about and practice key features of connected speech. One of the ways that sentence stress patterns are created is through the presence of weak forms. For some parts to be more prominent, others need to be less prominent, and we can achieve this by weakening the vowel sound in certain words. Here we have our text, including the pauses and stress information. Now let's add some weak forms. You can see here that a number of words in this text can be pronounced weakly. Let's practice these weak forms together before we add in some connected speech features. So repeat after me. Kun, t, of. In the next slide, these weak forms will be shown in blue text to remind you to keep them weak. Finally, let's consider some of the ways that words can be connected together in English speech. There are a number of ways that speech can connect. Examples seen here are contractions, consonant-vowel linking, and intrusive sounds. So let's listen to the audio one last time and try to include some of the connections that you see here. When you're trying to improve your spoken fluency in a language, it can be useful to practice reading out loud. With English, it's also really useful to learn about and practice key features of connected speech. If you want to get more fluency practice and take your speaking to a higher level, then remember to subscribe to this channel and hit the bell icon for notifications. As I mentioned earlier, the other videos in this series are going to focus on text from the back cover of novels. This way, you can practice your oral fluency and at the same time find out about some books that you might be interested in reading in English. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, then please hit like to support the channel and leave me a comment below if you've got any questions about anything that has been covered in this video. Thanks for watching and have a lovely day.